Guys are doing okay out there. On today's video, we're going to be talking about the juggernaut, Call of Duty, the biggest AAA conglomerate billion-trillion dollar company known as Activision slash Microsoft. I've been seeing a lot of videos, a lot of people talking about the death of Call of Duty. Call of Duty is dying, player counts are down 40%, 60%, 90%, the game's dying, it's crashing, it's over, the game sucks. And we go, it's like Groundhog's Day with this game. Every yearly release, because it releases every year, it's the same conversation. The game sucks, it's dying, it's falling off. I just don't, like, how do these people not get tired of this stuff? Like, I don't know. I do feel like there's a lot of, obviously, as always, there's a lot of good points to a lot of these videos. But I have to say, I kind of feel that a lot of these channels have de-evolved to just trash talking COD. Like, their whole channel is dedicated to just COD hate. And I mean, I do get it, but at the same time, I feel like their views are directly tied to how much they can just scream into the mic about how much they hate Call of Duty. You know, I feel like at the beginning it was justified, but now I feel like they've noticed, like, oh, wait a minute, I'm getting all these views from just not even really playing the game, from just talking junk about the game. I'd rather just do that. So, you know, it just feels anyway that they would rather the game just be bad than good, because if the game was good, then they will have to actually play the game. And that might not get as many views as them just screaming into a microphone talking about how the game sucks all the time. Because people like drama, right? Now, do I think this game's good? Like any Call of Duty, it's Call of Duty. I don't know. It's not the worst game I played, but obviously it's not the best either. I mean, Call of Duty, as far as the multiplayer goes, I don't play Warzone at all, really, so I can't speak to that. It's just not my thing. Multiplayer on this particular game, I haven't played much of. I really just almost exclusively played zombies. Now, zombies this year, to me, is good. Is it as good as, you know, Black Ops 3 zombies? Or Black Ops 2? I mean, nostalgia is a hell of a drug. So, you know, I want to say it's not as good. As far as raw, like just raw fun, I don't think it's not as good. But it is fun. The things that hold it back to me, it's just the choices of not bringing back a lot of the things. They have brought some, like, but the way they implemented it in this particular zombies is just weird. I don't know. It's like they brought it back, but they changed it from this original version. For what reason, I don't know. What was the choices behind it? So they did bring back a lot of classic things that the community hated. A lot of that class, you know, the things that I feel like anyway are good that they're bringing back are things that the original zombies community disliked about it. So it's just one of those things where it's just one of those things where I feel like you're just not gonna make everyone happy. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, the things that a lot of the newer zombies community likes are things that the original zombies community didn't like about the new zombies. But I do feel like they've implemented it in a way that it kind of makes both parties happy. The newer Zombies fans enjoy it, and the older Zombies fans can enjoy it. Now, like I said, it's not going to be as good as the original as far as sheer just fun factor is, you know, the old Zombies, it was pretty much brain dead, right? Like, you didn't have to think too much about what you were doing, to be honest. I mean, you got your packs, you know, you trained, and you get to level 60, and as long as you had the willpower to just play, you were good for the most part, you know what I mean? But with the new one, I feel like it's a little bit harder because you have different kinds of zombies that you have to worry about. And to me, I feel like the pack-a-punch guns are as beast. The reloading in this game by default is different than the reloading in the original game, so you reload slower. So the game, I feel like, is a bit harder in that aspect. But like I said, it appeals to a broader audience. As far as the multiplayer goes, like I said, I don't have all the experience with the multiplayer, but if you played any Call of Duties, it shouldn't take you more than a couple of rounds to figure out what you like and what you don't like about it, you know, in my opinion. I don't think you need, you know, 100 hours into a Call of Duty just to kind of form your opinion on it. I mean, it's not that deep. You know, at the end of the day, COD is pretty easy, pretty shallow in my opinion. There's not a lot of complexity to a Call of Duty game. A couple of rounds and you're gonna know hit reg ain't good. You know, the movement ain't good. You know, the guns aren't good. The maps aren't good. It's just gonna take a couple of rounds for you to figure all that out. I don't think you need a bunch of, you know, like a lot of other games, like a lot of other AAA games. Yeah, I agree. For the most part, you're gonna need, you know, it's nice to have 50, 60 hours under your belt to actually form an opinion about, you know, the late game, the early game, the grind, the you know, the cosmetics, whatever. You know, I feel like with COD, you don't really need that kind of time into it to be able to form an opinion about the game. And as far as, like I said, I don't have all the experience with the multiplayer, but I do have enough to know, like, this game kind of suffers from what other Call of Duties have been suffering from. I mean, the network isn't the best. Hit reg, you know, the skill-based matchmaking, it's all here in this Call of Duty. Now, so with that being said, it's going to have the same issues as the other CODs had. I think the Omni movement was a complete gimmick, in my opinion. I don't really see people using it. The most annoying part about the Omni movement, in my opinion, is the sliding. The sliding in this game is just beast mode. Like, when people slide, they slide. Like, they slide for a good few seconds. I don't know. It's crazy. It's the craziest sliding ever. But, you know, it's sometimes when people are lying down, it's so different to see that. With this, it throws you off. For me, anyway, it kind of throws my vision off, because sometimes I don't notice that's someone lying down because they're like on their back, kind of, you know, aiming the gun at you, and they just look weird. So it's just something I guess you gotta get used to visually. On top of with these newer Call of Duties, a lot of the times people's names, you know, the red names don't pop up above the enemy players. So, you know, it's just things like that, you know what I mean? But I do, like I said, the Omni movement was just a gimmick. No one really uses it. Not in my skill bracket. I feel like, you know, I'm around, I've been tanking my KD on purpose, but I think I was around the 175 to almost 2 KD range. And so I feel like I'm in the super sweaty lobbies, but I purposefully tanked it so I won't have to deal with it whenever I do feel like getting on. So I think right now I'm around 150, maybe, probably 140 KD. Game at, but so unless, you know, you're in the very 1% of the top of the tippity top, where, you know, everyone has above 3 KD or something like that, maybe those lobbies, they're spinning around like helicopters with the Omni movement. But I haven't really seen a lot of people using it, to be honest, other than, like I said, the sliding is crazy. I haven't seen people doing a lot of jump shotting either, which is different. It's just all sliding. People are sliding like crazy. But yeah, so the store is the store. I mean, the Activision, the mega conglomerate known as Activision, and Microsoft, they want their money. I mean, it's as simple as that. They're gonna get it. They want it. They're gonna get it. So the store is what it is. But I feel like the real challenge with this year's Call of Duty is just other games that are out. You know what I mean? Like there's that I don't know what Hawk Ops. I don't know. I don't. It's an extraction game, but and that's getting pretty popular. I mean, Path of Exile is pretty popular. There's other games out that people want to play other than Call of Duty. I mean, Marvel Rivals is popular. I think Call of Duty just has competition right now, and that's a huge part of why the numbers are dropping. All the casual, kind of casual people who float from game to game, they're going to the more funner games. Only the people who are sticking around for the most part are the super diehards. I mean, people who like Call of Duty don't play very many other games. They're in for the COD experience, and that's it. They don't. It's rare that a lot of the people I know will play Call of Duty. They might play like Madden, or they'll play GTA. So, and that's kind of where their gaming is in that era. You know what I mean? So, those people are going to stay because all they know is COD. You know what I mean? So that's what you're going to see. All the people who come in just to see if the game's good or not, and when they don't really like something about it, they move on to when other better games come out that they prefer to play, and they move on to that. So you're going to see a huge dip in the player base, and then what sticks around is just the people who only play COD. Do I think this game is so bad it deserves a mass exodus? As far as the zombies goes, no. I think zombies is good, like I said, but I do agree you can't. It's for me anyway, unless you're a content creator, it's hard to play zombies all the time. You know what I mean? I would say it's easier to play multiplayer a lot consistently than it is to play zombies consistently, because no matter how great the game, I mean, unless they go super hard on the zombies content, it's really hard to play it every day, all day, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can only do so much. I mean, the camo grinds help, but like I said, unless they go super hard, unless they releasing content like every month, new maps, new zombies, new different types of zombies, or whatever the case is, yeah, it's hard to play it all the time, so I feel like, yeah, people are going to get on, play some zombies, because zombies is good, and then they're going to move on to a different game. It's as simple as that. But the multiplayer isn't great, and it's not horrible. Modern Warfare 2 was way worse than this, in my opinion. I do think Modern Warfare 3 got better towards the end. Modern Warfare 3 was a more polished game towards the end than this game is at this start. Maybe this game could change too towards the end. I don't know, but I do think Modern Warfare 3 was better at the beginning than this game was at the beginning, or is at the beginning. Modern Warfare 3 to me felt more like a old school COD. It was super fast and sweaty for sure. And the hit reg in Modern Warfare 3 wasn't the best either, and the networks in Modern Warfare 3 were bad too. Like the packet was bad. The feel I felt and the movement was better. The maps obviously are better in Modern Warfare 3 than they are here. The maps in this game are very odd. I do agree with the community there. I don't know what the mindset was. Are they AI generated maps? I just don't know. I mean, without without concrete evidence, it's just all speculation. And I don't blame people for speculating because AI is just so prevalent in social media, in corporate America now. You know, everyone wants to put the AI to use so they can save money in some way, shape, or form. So I don't blame people for assuming that these maps are AI generated. It's possible, but like I said, it's just no concrete evidence to back that up. I just think for some reason when they bring in these new devs every year to make these games, everybody wants to have their classic map. Everyone wants to be able to be remembered for making something great. And I don't think that's inherently wrong, obviously, right? As an artist, you want to create art. You want to create something new. And I feel like it's just a miss in this game. That's all. I'm not mad at it. It's, you know, it's a game at the end of the day. It's just the maps are a miss. I mean, it's an artist's work, and I get my hats off to them for trying to something new and trying to, you know, leave their mark on the gaming community. But you know, it just didn't work out, and that's okay. I think they just need to, for the next seasons, you know, if the maps they have planned to drop are similar to the ones they released, maybe they just need to rethink it and just release some remastered maps, you know. But then people get tired of the remastered maps too. I mean, then they were like, well, they're just recycling. They don't have anything new to add to the table. And then they add something new, and then people are like, that sucks. So, you know, I won't say they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. I'm not defending their choices in maps because I think they're bad. I think they should have play tested them more. You know, it's okay to have an idea for a map. You make it, people play test, and then they say, yeah, this doesn't play well. And then you just start over if possible. I mean, who knows what the Activision is putting on the devs, like the timelines. You know, I mean, I think all that comes into account. But at the end of the day, they did choose that. That's why people say, oh, have, you know, the devs. And I agree, the devs, yeah, but they chose that, though. They chose to take the contract. They read over the contract, they saw the deadlines, and they said, okay, we can do it. At that point, you're just as much as blame as Activision. To me, I mean, you have to stand up and say, this is unreasonable. These timelines are unreasonable. You know, we can't make it happen. We're not going to accept the contract. And then you lose out on money for sure. But at least you can, you know, sleep with the decision you made, I guess. You know, they take the bag and then they do some half-ass stuff. And then people are like, well, it's Activision's fault. No, it's the devs' fault. You know, they shouldn't have done it. They should have said no. But with that being said, man, Call of Duty is a game that's just always up and down every year. The same old, and I don't think that's going to change for years to come, you know, and that's just my opinion. But leave your opinions down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.